welcome back to Artbooks Reviewed. It's still cold. The beast from the east is here, and it doesn't seem to want to go away. Back to the east, I suppose. Yeah. Anyway, so yes, let's have a look at this book. Got a good one today. Look at that. Now this is the photography of Game of Thrones. I mentioned this in a recent post. I did the art of Game of Thrones. I found a copy of this second-hand cheap to have a look at, to review. As you can see up here, look. Oh, it's a little bit, seen better days. It's been neglected or mistreated.
Aww.
And it's a little bit bent, actually. I don't know if you can tell. Look at that. It's a shame, isn't it?
Aww.
Doesn't matter though, because I'm just looking inside. We're looking inside.
Yay!
Actually, when you put it on your bookcase, it still looks fine. It's just a bit bent. But it's a beast. It's the same dimensions as the art of Game of Thrones, and I'm guessing it must be the same as the costumes of Game of Thrones as well. So that all those three will look nice sitting next to each other if you were to put them on a bookcase or bookshelf. It's windy out there. So I really like the dark cover. It's got that sort of the Iron Throne look. And it's got the nice kind of title lettering in silver. It's probably not quite going to come out, I don't know. But that's nice. It's written by Helen Sloan with Michael Cogg, or Cogue. And it's got the foreword by the directors David Benioff and D.B. Weiss or Weiss. It's also published by HarperVoyager. So it's part of a series, as I said. And what have we got on the back? Is that, I'm not quite sure. Is that the destroyed throne on the back? Can't quite remember. Anyway, it's heavy. It looks good. I've had a little peek through already, and it's exciting. Let's have a look together, shall we? So what is inside this book? So we've got a dust jacket. Let's have a little look inside. It's kind of similar to the dust jacket cover inside. The definitive collection of breathtaking photography chronicles the making of HBO's global television phenomenon, Game of Thrones. It's offering a rare peek behind the scenes. Yeah. Here we go then. Game of Thrones. There's brilliant photos. Looks like, Jon Snow's just finished climbing Everest or something. Not quite sure where they shot that, but it looks pretty high up and it looks pretty cold. I love all the kind of furs and stuff that they wore. So I do think that costumes book would probably be an interesting read. But yeah, what a great photo. He looks the part there. Here's Daenerys with a horse. So the photography in here is really good quality. The paper's glossy, it's nice. A lot of the photos are full page, some of them are smaller. So there's a bit of a mixture. And it's really nice to leaf through. I won't be able to look through all of this because I haven't even looked through all of this. There's so many pages, just so much in it. Here's some people that I think these must be part of the design team, and they're laying down a little bit of fake ash, I believe, in that throne room. It's a great photo. So here's the contents anyway over here. Look, let's have a look what we've got in here. We've got a foreword by the directors, producers. We've got introduction here by Helen Sloan. We've got something about the father, the smith behind the scenes. So presumably this is like the blacksmith, presumably. Maybe not, we'll see. We've got a bit about the mother, because a few mothers in it, aren't there? The maiden, the crone, the warrior, the stranger. So a lot of the main characters presumably will fit into one of these sort of categories of sort of person type, if you like. Then we've got acknowledgements. Wow, look at that. A trail of victims in the tundra beyond the wall. This was the first official image of Game of Thrones to be released to the public. Yeah. Slain in the woods. So there we go. It starts off here by David. And is he another David? I don't know, he's just called DB. When folks ask us what we miss most about Game of Thrones, we always answer the people. Well, it is, isn't it? It's who you work with in a job. It's who you work with, really. More so than what you're actually doing. It's who you're actually doing it with. And that can make or break something, make it enjoyable or a nightmare. So here's an introduction by Helen Sloan. She's the, I think, official photographer for the series. And there she is on the set of Game of Thrones. That photo is by Rob Durston, not the actual photographer herself, obviously. Oh, look, she's got some fancy cameras. And what is this? Is this presumably to carry her kit around in? I don't know. Anyway, you can see some sets half constructed in the background there. So here's a shot of presumably some of the cast members and the production team filming in Northern Ireland, Larrybane Quarry, where The King's Moot was filmed. And I remember hearing that quite a lot of it was filmed actually in Ireland, in Northern Ireland. And I guess, you know, some of the shots of the faraway hotlands weren't filmed there. They were, was it Malta or something like that, I think? Anyway, the father, there's Sean Bean looking pensive whilst he was still alive. Oops, spoiler. Yeah, I should probably mention that. If you've not seen Game of Thrones and you're planning on watching it, this is probably not a good place to start, to be fair, this video. You probably want to go and look at something else, or just don't look at it, because there may be spoilers in here. I'm sure there will be. And I'll probably say things that you wouldn't want to hear if you've not seen it before. And if you've not seen it, by the way, definitely go and see it, because get hold of it. It's available on various streaming services and DVDs and Blu-rays. I think it's one of the best series ever, personally. It's gory. There's a lot of violence. There's some nudity in it. It's always got those disclaimers at the beginning about contains graphic gore and scenes of a sexual nature, etc. So it's one of those kind of programs. If you're okay with that, it's brilliant. It's a brilliant series. So look at this. We've got Robert Baratheon here, played by Mark Addy. Lovely portrait shot. Here's Stannis Baratheon, played by Stephen Delane. Who else? We've got Renly Baratheon by Gethin Anthony. And we've got Davos from Newcastle. In the northeast. Definitely had that accent anyway. Played by Liam Cunningham. I liked that character. He was good. There's a nice shot, look. Can you see that? I hope these are coming out, because there's a little bit of glare. Sorry about that. It's quite hard to get the lighting right for this. It's a huge book as well to frame. But there they all are on a nice beach. Well, they don't look like they're having a very nice beach holiday, do they? They're all looking a bit glum in the face. But yeah, brilliant costumes. That's a nice photo there. Here we go. We've got a bit about... what have we got here, in fact? We've got Khal Drogo here and his kind of gang. I won't, to be honest, I won't keep waffling, because I'll be here all day trying to describe each and every photo. they were trouble. They were savage, weren't they? So yeah, let's just keep going. It's Hodor, yeah. Poor old Hodor. Sad story of Hodor. Such a huge cast, wasn't it, as well? Such a huge cast. Sandor Clegane. Yeah, such a huge cast. They needed a huge cast because they needed people to kill. And if you just kill people that you don't know, it's not quite the same as killing someone off who you've got to know, who you've invested a bit of emotion into, a bit of time. Anyway, look at all these photos. Beautiful, beautiful collection. Oh, that was nice. Little chat there with the writer. That's nice to see. George R.R. Martin gets in on it. Well, you'd have to really, wouldn't he? And here's the, here's the directors, or the showrunners as they're called here on set. Anywho, strangulations. Oh, that was a tense scene, wasn't it? Jaime Lannister. Yeah, Series 8, a lot of people seem to give it a bit of stick. They weren't happy with how it ended, that it was rushed, that it was an unsatisfactory ending, that Daenerys wasn't believable how quickly she descended into madness and evildom, and all this sort of thing. But, you know, I just thought it was amazing, and I'm really glad they managed to bring it to an end, a logical end, that they tied stuff up and gave it a good ending, as opposed to some of these shows that they just sort of run out of money, or something goes wrong and they just never really come to a satisfactory conclusion. At least, wow, look at that. At least this did. There's some great shots here. Daenerys covered in blood, fake blood, you hope. And look at this going on here. Wow. Gregor Clegane, better known as the Mountain, and they're making him look like a zombie. I love it. Look at that. 3 people working on that. Wow, look at this. The giant Wun. He doesn't actually look that big there, does he? It's pretty much bigger on screen. Portrayed by Ian White. Look at this melted iron. The work that's gone into all of the sets and the costumes and all that. Amazing. So yeah, I was saying about season 8, I just thought, I'm glad that they produced this whole thing, and I didn't complain. I think it was okay. I really liked the ending. Actually, it was okay for me. So for Dad, I think you would have loved all of this. I'm sure he would. There we go. We've come to the end. Over 400 pages, 414 or so. And that is brilliant. A great little memento. You can just grab that off your shelf and have a little flick through, and it'll remind you about all the great things about that series. And for people like me, I'd rather do that. Just sit down and have an hour with this book and just have some memories than begin that kind of epic task of watching the whole thing again. I don't know how many hours it would take to watch it all 8 seasons. Many hours, one would think. So there we go. So we've flipped through that. Let's put it over there. This big beast of a book, Game of Thrones, photography. I like this a lot. I actually think this is better than the Art of book. It's a similar size and sort of, it's part of a series, isn't it? But I think this is better than the Art of it. There's more in this. I prefer to look at the photography, to be honest. It's some great photography. I mean, that photographer, Helen Sloan, is it? She obviously knows what she's doing with the camera. She's captured the cast beautifully throughout. And it's a really good book. If you watch Game of Thrones and you enjoyed it as much as I did, I think this is a great little purchase. Yeah, so hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel if you did, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.